You know that feeling when you go to bed tired, but your brain just won't shut off. You toss, turn, scroll through your phone, and suddenly it's midnight. You wake up the next day feeling foggy, even after 8 hours in bed. You've tried everything: less caffeine, less screen time, melatonin, and still, you can't seem to reset your sleep. What if I told you the problem might not start in your bedroom at all, but outside, specifically with the sunlight you're not getting? Let's talk about how something as simple as watching the sunrise and sunset can reset your sleep-wake cycle and help you fall asleep more easily, wake up more refreshed, and feel better overall. So, let's get started without wasting any time. When you think about it, our bodies were designed to live in sync with the sun. Every living thing on Earth follows a rhythm. Plants, animals, even tiny cells in your body. You have this built-in timing system called your circadian rhythm, which is like an internal 24-hour clock that tells you when to be alert and when to rest. The thing, what sets that clock? Light. The moment light hits your eyes, it sends a signal to a part of your brain called the suprachiasmatic nucleus. You don't need to remember the name. Just think of it as your body's master clock. This tiny region uses light to determine what time it is and what your body should be doing: producing energy, digesting food, or winding down for sleep. When the sun rises, that early morning light is rich in blue wavelengths. That blue light tells your brain, hey, it's daytime, wake up and get moving. It suppresses melatonin, your body's sleep hormone, and boosts cortisol just enough to help you feel alert. Not in a stressful way, but in a natural, energetic way. Then, as the day fades and the sun begins to set, that light changes. It becomes warmer, filled with red and orange hues. Those colors send the opposite signal to your brain. They say, it's evening now, time to slow down. That shift in color temperature tells your brain to start preparing melatonin for release later in the night. Here's the key. Melatonin isn't just some supplement you buy in a bottle. It's a hormone your body makes naturally, and its release is 100% dependent on light. Your brain won't start producing melatonin until it senses that light is fading. But when you're constantly surrounded by artificial lighting, screens, and bright LEDs, your brain never gets that sunset message. It thinks it's still day, even at 11 p.m. This is why something as simple as watching the sunrise and sunset can make such a huge difference. You're not just looking at the sky, you're retraining your body's internal clock. When you watch the sunrise, especially within the first hour after waking up, your eyes detect a unique wavelength of light that tells your brain it's morning. That moment triggers a biological timer that starts counting down about 14 to 16 hours until melatonin will be released again. So if you go outside at 7 a.m. and get sunlight on your eyes, your body naturally begins to prepare for sleep around 9 or 10 p.m. It's like setting your internal sleep timer every morning. And this isn't just a theory. Studies from Stanford University and the National Institutes of Health have shown that morning sunlight exposure improves sleep quality, mood, and even energy metabolism. People who regularly get sunlight early in the day tend to fall asleep faster, have higher quality sleep, and report feeling more energetic during the day. Now let's talk about sunsets, because the evening light is just as powerful. When you expose your eyes to the soft, warm light at sunset, your brain starts signaling your body to wind down. It's nature's version of dimming the lights. The fading brightness tells your circadian rhythm it's almost nighttime, which helps prepare your brain to release melatonin later. Even 10 minutes of sunset light can make a difference. You don't need to stare directly at the sun. Just being outside where the natural light is changing is enough to reset your rhythm. It's a signal your body evolved to understand over millions of years. Here's something interesting. Even your mood and energy are directly tied to these light cues. When you get bright light in the morning, your brain releases serotonin, the feel-good hormone. That serotonin later converts into melatonin at night. So, in a way, your morning light exposure literally builds the foundation for your nighttime sleep. No morning light means less serotonin, which often means less melatonin later. It's like your brain doesn't have enough raw material to work with. If you've ever wondered why you feel tired during the day but can't fall asleep at night, that's probably why. Your circadian rhythm is out of sync with the world around you. The great part is, it doesn't take long to fix. You don't need to move to a cabin in the woods or completely change your routine. Even 10 minutes of natural light exposure early in the morning and another few minutes during sunset can reset your rhythm within a few days. Make it simple. Step outside in the morning while you sip your coffee or walk your dog. You don't need to stare at the sun, just face toward the light. Try to do it without sunglasses for those few minutes because your eyes need to detect that natural light directly. If it's cloudy, don't worry. Outdoor light is still dozens of times stronger than indoor light. At sunset, do the same thing. Step outside, breathe, maybe take a short walk. That transition light, the golden hour glow, is your body's cue to start preparing for rest. Now let's dig a little deeper into what's happening inside your body when you do this. Your eyes contain special light sensors that have nothing to do with vision. They're called melanopsin cells. When light hits these cells, they send a direct message to your brain's clock system. That message adjusts your hormone levels, body temperature, and even metabolism to match the time of day. In the morning, this light exposure boosts serotonin and raises your alertness. As the day goes on, your body gradually uses that serotonin to make melatonin for the evening. So, when you think about it, your sleep doesn't start at night. It actually starts the moment you wake up. That's why I often say good sleep begins with morning light. If you wake up and stay indoors under dim, artificial lighting, your brain never gets that strong daytime signal. And if you spend your evenings in bright, cold light from your screens, your brain never gets the nighttime signal either. It's like you're living in constant twilight. Not really day, not really night. That confuses your internal clock and makes it harder to fall asleep naturally. When your circadian rhythm is balanced, your body runs smoothly. Your energy feels stable, your digestion improves, and your mood stays more positive. Cortisol, your body's natural alertness hormone, peaks in the morning when you need it and gradually decreases toward the evening. That natural rhythm is what keeps your energy levels high during the day and allows you to rest deeply at night. You might be surprised to know this even impacts your metabolism. Studies show that when your circadian rhythm is aligned with natural light cycles, your body processes food more efficiently, regulates insulin better, and even burns fat more effectively. On the flip side, irregular light exposure or staying up late can disrupt these systems and make it harder to manage weight or energy. So by simply watching the sunrise and sunset, you're not just improving your sleep, you're syncing every system in your body. Some people ask, can I just take melatonin supplements instead? And sure you can, but that's like patching a software bug instead of fixing the code. Melatonin pills can help in the short term, but they don't correct the underlying problem, your light exposure. Your body wants to make melatonin naturally, and sunlight is the key that unlocks it. Once your rhythm is back on track, you won't need pills or sleep aids. You'll start getting sleepy at the right time and wake up refreshed without forcing it. And honestly, there's something therapeutic about the whole experience. Standing outside in the quiet morning or watching the colors fade in the evening helps you slow down and disconnect from constant noise. It's not just a biological reset, it's a mental one too. You start to feel more grounded, more in tune with the day. You might even notice you sleep not only longer, but also more deeply. Your dreams feel more vivid and your mornings more refreshing. That's your brain repairing itself the way it's supposed to. So, if you've been struggling with poor sleep, try this experiment for a week. Go outside for 10 minutes in the morning and again at sunset. You don't need to change anything else. Just let your eyes experience natural light and see how your body responds. Apart from melatonin, magnesium is also needed for good sleep, but there are lots of magnesium supplements out there. I have made this video where I have shared the best magnesium for your sleep. Watch this next.